Hello, everybody. We are back. Oh God, that's playing as well. Welcome, everyone. We are now back here in Wyndburgh with our lovely players. Let's play the main theme.
Wah, 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 wah. Wah, wah.
That's not the main theme. We're gonna get copyright struck. Don't do it.
We're super hurt.
You play the game on stream.
Yeah, well, I can't. You can't play music that isn't of the game that you're playing, lest you be copyright struck. If
No,
the
that's
copyright
not the case.
holders are not
I played
okay
the-
with it.
I played the music of a game and I still got copyright claimed.
Yeah,
It more depends if the devs actually give a shit. Well, it's more if
exactly.
the fucking music.
If the copyright holder gives a shit, that's the whole point.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I mean, I played Foxhole with Ace Combat music, and Ace Combat doesn't give a shit. Thank God, because that makes the game bearable. But welcome back, everyone. Happy to have you here. This is session 48, and we return to the National Congress of Magna. We were gonna have Seeker join us today, but I think he might have gotten sidetracked by something.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're gonna glue trap.
oh, do we have confirmation of that? Damn. Wow. Seeker's dead.
Nice.
No joke.
Wow. No, he's not dead.
Very
He's
unfortunate.
he's probably just busy with work, and unfortunately, what got held back there. But thank you so much, everybody, for being here, and let us begin. I love lettuce. Let us begin. I'm going to. There we go. We're now where we're supposed to be. I need courtroom ambiance. Oh
I
yeah.
hate you so bad.
Oh yeah. That's nice. That's good. All right.
Weird between the fact that we're
Hi,
not
Azu.
exactly on trial or anything.
I mean, it's still technically a court in a way.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what matters most. All right.
So hold on, these are elected representatives.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're in a congressional hearing, essentially. Not essentially, literally. Okay. Last time we left off, we had gone into recess. And as Apollo lifts his paw, you hear this banging sound, almost like a gavel.
A gavel.
Yeah, almost like a gavel. And it spreads through the courtroom. And you see the people that are sitting, you see the citizens that are sitting in the stands begin to, some walk away, others pull out a small pouch with some beef jerky or other nuts or snacks, that sort of thing. And you see... That's a lot of nuts!
That's a-
That'll be
I love that.
that'll be $20, baby. You want fries with that? You see that the members of the National Congress seem to sort of congregate together after the session is essentially ended for now.
A short recess.
Yes, a short recess. And you hear the murmuring of the people around you as they go to and fro. And thank God. There we go. What will you do? This goes for everyone.
Well, that one. I'm just gonna immediately get up and start to trail the Congress members.
They're not going anywhere.
Building.
They're not going anywhere specifically, Dale. They're just sort of congregated there. How would you like to approach? How do you open?
Are they going to? Are they going to? Because I would like to go into a place that's a little bit more private, so I'll essentially just be like mingling in the crowd. You know, like how in Assassin's Creed you can essentially just blend in with the crowd by like holding A.
Yes.
That's essentially what I'm doing at the moment.
Okay. give me a stealth with advantage.
You got it.
That's
Hold on, I need to get
that's
my-
like your specialty as a character. So I'm gonna give you advantage
Yeah.
on that.
Well, also, if you're like blending in with the crowd, depending on the crowd, you usually get advantage for it anyway. But,
I'm also working on.
But who's trying to be particular?
I'm also working on some
Well, no,
updates
yeah, no.
to the Tome
True.
of House Rules, so keep an eye out for that over the next couple of days.
So it is 14 plus 16, so that's 30.
Yep.
If my
As-
math is correct, which usually isn't.
As you approach, Dale,
Mhm.
wow, what is happening?
Sorry, that might have been my chair.
No, it's not you. It's me.
Also, you're also fizzling out a bit. I think it might be the voice mod, but
Again, God. Okay, I'm just gonna do this episode without voice mod. Give me a second.
yeah, it's probably. I don't know if you're gonna be able to.
Smart decision, my
I don't know
liege.
I don't know whether that's gonna apply.
It's just annoying as hell. Is this any better?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
I can hear your.
I need to
beautiful buttery voice.
I need to fucking figure out what it is that causes this interference because it's not my cables.
Yeah.
I'm trying to. Wow, it really is not allowing me to do the thing I want to do. Huh. Damn. Okay.
Oh, before I approach them, obviously, I'm going to change my appearance again as the alias of a more more renowned benefactor of the Magna Revolution.
Okay. As you approach, Dale, you notice that out of everyone here, only one person seems to react to your presence, and that is Elena.
Mhm.
She slowly,
Right.
very, very, very subtly turned towards you, and you sense a familiarity of a rogue from her.
Okay.
As she looks
So
over
she,
at
She
you,
knows the tricks.
she gives you like a slight. It's almost like thieves can't, but done with her eyelids. It's super subtle, and you can tell that she's essentially.
Is she blinking? Is she blinking at me in Morse code?
No,
She
she.
slow blinks at you like a cat.
The way that she closes and opens her eyes is very specifically a way to communicate that she knows you're there, and she's being subtle about it.
Right. Okay.
And
So I'm assuming they're just like, I'll just eavesdrop on what exactly they're rumorating on.
okay, as you eavesdrop, you
Yeah.
hear Arthur Ford, the tiefling, talking to Urvan. Well, Urvan, I can't say that you weren't a little bit harsh on him.
Harsh on them. You do understand why I have to be harsh, yes?
I understand, but don't mean I have to like it. It's clear to see that they're just trying to do the right thing.
The worst of consequences were done with the best of wills. I do not doubt their hearts. I doubt their capabilities. I doubt their proficiency, and they have yet to show us anything that would prove to us that they can handle themselves. I would rather not send someone else to their death, provided that our aid groups are still alive. They've yet to respond to our sending stones, and I am getting worried, Ford.
I can understand that.
Ooh.
However, we have to trust and believe in the best that they can give us. That is why you and I came to be friends, if you don't forget.
Always with the reason on your side, aren't you, Arthur? The worst quality about you, you're too smart for your own good.
And the rest of the conversation is mainly, you can tell, Dale, that these are people that don't see each other too often. These are people that are very busy, and there is it's not just a sense of familiarity between them. You sense the same familiarity that exists between Ithilden and Saltbrook, between Saltbrook and Grimm, for example. There is a camaraderie that only comes from either fighting together or adventuring together, very specifically.
Right. Okay.
Now, before we continue with yours,
sorry,
let's.
Yeah, I'm typing in stuff.
Okay.
One thing so that so to make sure that I got my notes right. So essentially, the aid workers that they sent over to Dell some groups of them are not responding to their sending stones.
Yes.
Correct. Okay. Gotcha.
Thank you for taking notes. Thank you.
I have been. It's just that we've been going a little bit too quickly that I'm not able to write down really good concrete ones.
Gotcha.
So.
All right. From there, we'll cut back to Saltbrook because I heard he was going to do something. We focused on you. Saltbrook.
Mm-hmm.
Czar.
Yeah, what's up? What do I want to do?
Yeah, I was asking what you wanted to do.
I'm gonna go talk to Ithilden.
Good idea.
Okay. As you approach Saltbrook, you see a lot of eyes on you. You notice that you're being observed by many of the citizens here. Give me a perception check.
Yes, sir.
Percept.
Kepkin.
Percepkin.
Per
When
Kiev,
I'm-
if you can.
30-20.
30-20. It's a 20 that's seen better days.
Little icky, little gross.
Little icky. It's a secondhand 20. You notice, Saltbrook, that they seem to be eyeing your banner specifically. There is a look of realization and pity looking at your banner.
You brought the entire banner into the Congress?
I bring the banner with me everywhere.
Literally,
Okay.
he sleeps with this banner.
It's half of his character.
It's half of my character.
Can you
Must-
tell?
must
Can
get
you
really
tell by
awkward
the
sitting down with
division of the character?
Yeah. Yes.
You approach
used-
Ithilden and Malfear.
Minor illusion to always keep it flowing.
Just like the capes.
He has the Helldiver effect.
Yeah.
I'll let you like that's essentially like you don't as a cantrip I'll allow you to have that always happening. If you
Helldiver's
concentrate on a spell, it stops billowing if there's no wind.
Stops.
I mean, that's fair. If I'm concentrating on a spell, there's going to be this cool blast that goes up that's going to make it look real cinematic. And cool anyway, so it's okay.
Oh God. Sorry.
I was dying.
Oh, I choked on
Man.
some water.
You got too much libertines dying now.
All
Yeah.
right, y'all want to hear me use my inhaler? Here comes. Oh, that's that
What the
good
hell?
shit. All right.
Yes.
I'm going to look over to Ithilden, and I don't know who this lawyer is. I was half drunk the night before.
That is true.
To having a hangover.
He's super hungover the second time he goes into a. Well, he didn't go into the
I'm
first
not
negotiation.
Super hungover. I'm not super hungover. I just slept in because I was a little bit.
He was like,
little
"Fuck
drunk,
this."
little easy.
Oh yeah, I would.
They don't
also-
need me. They can handle it. They handle the first one.
I would also telepath people my plan before.
He got here late.
So.
It's hilarious. Cleric4675, thank you very much for your follow. Please don't be someone
Hey.
advertising art for my channel. I'm not interested. It's
I got a
always
lot
the
of those
same.
scams coming on Discord.
Hey babes, you want some art for your channel? No, the fuck I do not.
I can't.
It's
afford
always
your
the
art
same.
right now. I have bills to pay.
Do you have
I
any
do not
idea?
want your fucking Canva free fucking panels.
Do you
yeah,
know
right?
how
They
much
start
money
on-
I don't have?
True.
All right, go for
I am
it, Salt.
broke as fuck.
Anyway, I'm gonna ask Philden how how are things going with the debate so far?
I just woke up.
She kind of like is like leaned over whatever like podium is there, like gripping it and like leaned over, and she looks up at him and she's like, "Well, they seem to like listening to themselves talk more than anything."
Perhaps I should give it a go. What are your notes?
I'm just gonna rattle off to you everything that like I wrote in our group chat earlier, but like
Mhm.
she can do it. She's smart, but she just can't do public speaking. Like it's in her brainstem. She just can't do it. She gets pissed and she hates everyone. She can't form a coherent thought.
I'll give a nice little nod to a Phil and just say I can make this work. Give me some time, and when the Congress reconvenes, I'll give it my best shot.
Malvere's going to take a little step forward, and she's going to have a ton of her own papers, as she would kind of, display them to him and would say, I have a good idea of how the, how things work around here, and in case of anything, we can always do trial by combat.
Trial by combat shouldn't be necessary. Give me the elevator pitch of it. I don't need to have time to read all this in the 5-minute recess we have.
I mean, this is kind of hard to give you a pitch. It's a lot of different things, but just know if they ever do anything that's out of line, I'll catch them on it.
I see.
Malfear, if you would like to share what I've given you, you can
Nuh-uh.
just relay the information to Solbrook. Okay, well,
Nuh-uh.
got it.
Nuh-uh.
Keeping yourself useful. Got it. Got it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look the fairy up and down.
Okay.
Hold on. I'll share it to Ethel. I'll share it to Ethel. I'll share it.
I love having bestie privileges.
Cleric 4675 says, in art, the art studio, so no D&D for me right now. Okay, well, you have no idea how relieved I am that you're not trying to sell me art or like art
You're
for
not
my
the
stream.
scammer
I
on
am, but all of my
Yes.
art is bad. So.
Thank you very much. Welcome to Wyndburgh. I hope you have a phenomenal time here. All right.
It's the court episode.
Yeah.
Dun dun.
Dun,
Saul
dun,
Goodman.
dun, dun, dun. But so I guess Ethel turns to I keep calling you Marville. I'm sorry. What the fuck?
It's perfectly fine. See the messages I'm sending you. Imagine that like she's giving your character page by page
Okay.
at a time.
You're gonna learn the legal system.
Meanwhile, while I absorbs this, she says, I relinquish representative control to Saltbrook, and she walks away. But she's like, I'm gonna go prepare the contender if shit goes south.
We're in recess, so I don't think anybody's listening.
I'm
Not a big deal.
I'm talking to you people. Jesus.
Oh, okay.
You people.
I'm not there, but
What do you
I'm
mean, you
gonna take a
people?
look. I'm gonna take a look on the ground to see if there's a good spot to plant the banner.
Ooh, okay. What is the intention with that?
So I have freedom to use my hands.
Right. But having the banner planted there specifically, are you trying to
that's gonna break like floor.
Only grasp it.
are you towing
Early grasp it.
Hold on,
it's
hold on,
truly
hold
a
on.
power move.
are you trying to intimidate, persuade, essentially in that manner? Like what sort of aura are you trying to project by having it billowing there next to you?
It's kind of going to be a power move. I don't know if it's intimidation per se.
Big D energy.
Yeah.
That would be
I think it'd more of like
intimidation.
a persuasive thing.
That would be intimidating.
For
Okay, we're doing intimidation.
because if this is essentially trying to show how strong or how competent you are, in this case, I would say it's an intimidation.
Yeah, intimidation doesn't necessarily mean to make people
To threaten,
feel-
yeah.
True. Okay. Yeah. Okay. We'll do it as an intimidation then.
Yeah.
Do you want me to roll for that?
Yes, please.
Hoorah.
Okay, I mean, what you sent me is
Yeah,
very.
it's gonna be another dirty 20.
Good job.
Fuck yeah.
You were saying,
It's
Ethel?
everything.
Oh, it was more or less a lock. I can just send her a DM about it.
Okay. Czar, as you plant your banner to the ground, there's a loud as it echoes through the halls of the court. and there's a silence as all of the congressmen turn around to face you. In fact,
Including me,
all of
apparently.
the citizens. Well, you do it to not break your
Yeah.
cover,
Sure.
I'm assuming.
Yeah.
And
No, but
all
when you said
of
Congress
the
people, you also said me as well.
well, yeah, because you're disguised as one.
Yeah.
I'd be busting your cover if I didn't call you one.
True.
And all the citizens on the stands also turn towards you. There's a silence and a tension.
Gonna just organize the notes. The notes that I don't have apparently. uh, oops, all fists. All right. In that, then I'm just gonna kind of flex and crack my knuckles in my gauntlet and
Clank,
take
clank,
out a
clank,
few
clank, clank. Ting,
scraps
ting,
of
ting.
paper
Clink,
from
clink,
my.
clink.
Is there a desk in front of
Crunch.
me?
There is a
Is
lectern.
there like a desk?
Yeah.
Okay.
If I may,
Yep.
Malvira is going to walk over to Ethel, and she's going to give her a soft, like, little elbow and would say, "Did you bring anything to eat? I forgot to eat this morning for breakfast."
I will throw a piece of moldy bread at Malvir.
There's a potential that I have like either some sort of edible herb, spice, or acorn in my pack. Do you want me to roll for it?
I mean,
Yes.
you're a ranger. Chances are you have some like dried meat or better.
She's a fairy. She can eat a lot of things.
Do you want an acorn?
Yes.
Okay. She like reaches in her
At this,
You
Malvira would
got
take it
the
and
magical
immediately crunch it.
acorn.
like it's literally
I
just like a
do-
perfect little
I
acorn.
do have a
with
question for
skull.
you, Rod.
What's up?
How far is Lyra's radius from me when I summon her?
You mean how far she can walk? Like, or
Yeah, how
float
far
in
can
that
she
case?
move? Essentially, yeah.
Dead daughter right.
So- So normally,
Except that don't mind at night theme.
a patron doesn't just, follow you willy-nilly. I'm just gonna have to wing it. I want to say that Lyra herself will have 30. She has your movement speed of radius around you. And the thing is,
Okay.
because she materializes, as far as you can understand, as far as she materializes in your consciousness, she hasn't been detected by anyone else. As far as you understand, she only materializes in your consciousness so far, at least. She can move within that 30 feet radius nigh instantaneously.
Okay. Is she her own consciousness, or is
Yes,
it
she
just a
is.
manifestation that? Okay.
Although,
How far am I from? Go ahead.
what I was going to say is, although she is directly connected to your soul, as she is your patron, she does have her own consciousness. You would have noticed if this was an echo, a memory. This Lyra is different than the Lyra you knew. She has aged psychologically, despite the fact that she's dead. She's a spirit, a revenant. She is a spirit that refused to leave, and thus she has time under her belt, which means that she's aged. Your daughter that you left when she was roughly 5, 6 years old when she died, she's like 12, 13, a lot more mature for a 13-year-old because she's been through some shit.
And is dead.
Yes.
And will always be dead.
She's still going through some
Um,
shit.
In that instance, then, how far am I from like the speaker's podiums, essentially?
You are
That does not look like it's a promising distance.
75.
Yeah, very far.
75
Are you
feet.
using your
Very
daughter's
drastically
Pokemon?
large room.
One at a time. What do you say?
Then I'm not gonna worry about this this action unless it comes in handy soon.
I'm interested.
Essentially, while I wait for the Congress to reconvene, I'm just gonna put a hand on my sword and kind of rest gingerly at the lectern.
Okay.
Not
You are
like
now
I'm gonna
Ginger.
kill you all, but
You are now a redhead.
but more like at a not a parade rest either, kind of just at a resting easy,
Okay.
hand on sword, being chilling.
Okay.
Malfear is going to talk to Ethel again.
Mhm.
She's going to lean in very quietly, like she's whispering, but it's going to be a little bit comically loud. She's going to say, "Who is he? Like a part of the group? Who is he?"
Saltbrook?
He
well,
wasn't
yeah,
here when y'all met her.
Zara's character. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he was with me.
Oh. She like rolls her eyes and she's like, yes, the boys thought that they were too good for the castle and went and found other lodgings.
Not me.
She
You see him in the background.
she would look a little confused at this. Would say, "But the castle's like really nice. There's no rats in the sheets."
That's what we like to
Sorry.
call a bonus meal.
Ithilda would be no stranger to eating rats if she had to.
At
Period.
the place that I used to go to, if I complained about the rats, they would make me kneel on rice.
Why would they do that?
Oh, well, they were a bit particular about their customs.
The Latino in me just
Well,
was repulsed by that.
Jesus.
My grandpa had to do that when he was a kid.
Yeah, I did too.
Jesus Christ, I'm so sorry.
But yeah, she responds just like, he's more personable, I guess.
He doesn't really seem personable. He hasn't even said hello to me yet, or asked how my afternoon was.
Well,
I don't think I like him.
Ooh.
you know what? That's a valid assessment, but go talk to him. You know what? Maybe you'll change your mind. And she like awkwardly
I
pats
don't know if that's a good
you on the
idea.
shoulder despite being like so small compared to her.
She's just leaning down. God, she's like 3 foot. She's like
It's
3
like
foot something.
it's
isn't
like
she?
the force of a punch compared.
She would
You
move
take 2
around.
damage.
Oh, do I actually take 2 damage?
You take 75 bludgeoning damage. Just kidding.
I die.
Die instantly.
All right, hold on. Let me roll
Just a, like a
something.
Peter Griffin. Like,
No,
roll
no.
something real quick.
There's no need to
attack,
roll.
panic
There's no
attack.
need to roll.
No, I need to see if she's gonna have a panic attack.
Oh my god.
She's
From
nervous.
talking.
She's
from
socially
talking.
anxious.
Permanent debuff.
From talking to Saltbrook, yeah, no, I believe it.
Can I roll? Can I roll wisdom save?
I have a lot of respect for players that constantly nerf themselves. Yes, you may.
I love this.
Oh boy.
Well, I see how why Rod hates my character then.
No,
Oh my god.
I don't hate Dale. I love Dale.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's
I hate
Got
you, Yek. It's different.
High wisdom.
true. I hate me too. So yeah. Fair
No,
enough.
I
Alright,
don't.
Oh,
I
wrong.
love
I
you.
hate you as a person.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
me
do
too.
wisdom and I'm gonna do a charisma because it depends how she's
Oh
gonna
my
talk.
god.
Hold on.
The Riz depends
The
on
only reason you're doing that is because you got a 22. If you had gotten low, you wouldn't have asked for another save.
I would have done it. No, I would have. I would have too. I really would have.
Fucking masochist.
You don't know me like that. So
No, shit.
she would pad her way over to Saltbrook and would tug on his cape.
Yes.
So, Brooke, you turn around and you see. How tall would you say she is, Locke?
She's well, I have it on her sheet. Hold on. She's like 3 foot something. She's
That's
3
my
foot
height.
2.
Okay.
So
You
it's
see,
my height.
you see a little short stack fairy with wings. You've seen her next to Ethilden during the beginning of the Congress, but you just now realize just how minuscule she is in terms of stature. Go ahead.
She would look up at him, and her wings would twitch as she would then give a little wave and say, "Oh, hello. I don't think I really properly introduced myself. My name is Malvia Fauna, and you would
Good.
be."
Josiah Shopbrook.
Yeah.
Oh,
Your eyes, Brooke. How you doing?
Oh,
Grandpa, no.
Damn
Well,
fairies taking all our jobs.
Oh no! She would look a little bit intimidated, but would force a smile and say, "Oh, that's a very nice name. Did your mother give it to you?
Oh my
That's
god.
where I get it.
I stole
Your
it.
father?"
I'm just gonna shrug. I don't fucking know.
All right. As she'd look around, you'd see her take out like these like little paper cards, and they'd have like little things on them, and she would like shuffle through them and would say, "What is your favorite color?"
Are you reading off cards to ask questions about me?
No, why would you think that? As she'd tuck in her pocket really quickly.
No.
No. What? Shut up, Fauna. Give me an Arcana check,
Oh, no.
please.
Oh boy. 0 to Arcana. Let's go. Yeah. I win. Oh, that's all my luck for the rest of my life. I'm gonna
A
get hit by a
16.
car tomorrow.
Malvir, as you look up at this man, two things jump at you immediately. You look into his one eye, and you can see that he has faced unimaginable horror, and that he's no stranger to darkness. However, apart from this oppressive presence that he has, you notice something over his shoulder. A bit of light. A bit of lightness, a bit of love. And for a split second, Malvir, you could swear you saw eyes that look very similar to Saltbrook's, but in a vibrant blue color. It's a very soothing presence, a very determined but soothing presence.
At this, she would be
She
a
would
bit.
have a panic attack.
No, she's not gonna have a
Okay.
panic attack this time. She would be a little bit intimidated by this. Would say. Her gaze would very much kind of like very openly track to the thing over his shoulder, then him, and the thing over his shoulder, then him. Would say. I just realized I'm a little bit busy right now, and I have to go talk to my friend about the court proceedings. And she'd immediately turn away.
Both of you put inspiration on your pages, please. Ethel, you as well.
Yay!
She'd go to Ethel, and she'd
On the
her,
floor.
her wrist
Yay!
Saltbrook,
and say,
you don't have to say this out loud, but I want you to ruminate on the fact that someone very obviously just noticed Lyra.
I draw my sword and kill the small fish.
You must die.
Death to the Xenos!
To the mutant and the heretic.
Okay. Do you just turn back and keep preparing?
Yep.
Okay.
Sigma.
Sigma grunts it.
She
Sigma
would
Brook.
tug on Ethel's arm again nervously and would say, kind of pull her to the side, out of earshot, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So is he like a mage?
He's a warlock, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
he's a warlock.
he casts
And then he-
Eldritch Blast
Oh, there's
everywhere.
what?
I
Yeah.
didn't know that
Great bonfire!
folks around here had spiritual guides? Is that like a thing here? Is it a cultural thing, or...?
Well, his patron, the source of his power.
Oh, that was a little terrifying for me to see. I've never really met a warlock, actually.
You saw it?
Oh, yes.
Maybe keep that one to yourself. He's a bit dodgy about it.
He might stab you.
At
If
this,
you
she'd
want to
say, "Oh,
keep your
my lips are
wings,
sealed."
don't tell him.
Yeah.
I like my wings. I must
She, like-
say, I like them.
She like taps her on the shoulder again. She's like, "Now make sure he sticks to what I told him, because besides what this quarter's making me feel like, I'm not a bumbling idiot and know what I'm talking about. You go give him counsel. I'll go prepare our potential combat."
If it makes you feel better, I don't think you're a bumbling idiot. I think you're very smart.
Thank you. And she like turns away.
But she'd give like a little patting of her feet. She'd go back over to Saltbrook.
Plap, 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 plap.
It's just the tippy taps of a tiny fairy. Well,
I
actually,
was gonna say
you gave her
cool
hooves.
stuff.
So,
Yes.
little clop clops.
No.
Clop, 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 clop.
No.
Hey, Saltbrook!
They're like ear hooves.
Sorry.
Hi, Saltbrook, how you doing?
What is blood yapping about?
Who is this small, sassy child?
Yeah.
She would
Who's-
display her
Whose
papers.
Whose little
and
white
say,
baby is this?
All I'm hearing right now is me, 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 me.
Listen, she would display her papers and would say, if you need any references, I have them right here. You can look at them. If need be, you just have to give them back.
It'll be fine.
Are you sure? Did you study these before?
Nope.
Oh, well, a lot of people's lives depend on this, working.
Mm-hmm.
You should probably read it.
I don't think I need to.
She'd stamp her little foot.
Didn't you say you would catch the cord on anything and help me out? That's kind of your field, is it not?
Well, I guess so. I just wanted you to be at least a little well read on this, so it's a group cooperative effort instead of And she'd stammer a bit nervously. Whatever. I'll handle it. I always do.
What did they
Saltbrook,
pay you for?
I don't get
behind.
paid.
Yes, you do. Locke, you're getting paid. You're a public defender.
She eats her money. She doesn't get paid.
Communist land. What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah.
She doesn't get paid.
She's
Mr.
not
Mr. DM,
from
she's
Magna.
been eating her money. She's been eating her money.
I found a contradiction. No.
Saltbrook,
Instead of pennies.
as this conversation essentially finishes, you hear behind you heavy stomping footsteps, and you know immediately who it is, as Grim just sort of stops next to you. You sure you're up to this? I could talk to them if you'd like.
It's not the first time I've spoken to a crowd of people who don't know what they're talking about, and it shouldn't be too hard. I will say that part more quietly, so not to immediately insult the intelligence of everybody in the room.
Grim's laughter sort of reverbs, like, around the room. It's a very gregarious laughter. And he turns to you and he says,
Listen, if all fails, I can just, just turn off this whole thing. I mean, if they need to believe, and you could tell them when we fought my sister, or you fought my sister. I wasn't there, but if they need proof of a Warforged, I would be willing to show them. Not comfortable with it, but I'd be willing to do it. Just letting you know.
We'll put it at the bottom of the list. My plan is to get as much as we can get for as little as I can give.
That's literally the last thing he texted me.
All right, suit yourself.
My main goal is to blow up and act like I don't know nobody.
all right,
Actually, the last thing I texted you was, that's the angle I'm going to take.
yes.
Yeah. So.
Just
I'm
to
assuming
finish
you're going
off
back to me.
with Dale, yes.
Yep. Is it okay? So this wouldn't be happening before Saltbrook did all the thing, but
It's
I wanted
happening
to comment on-
concurrently, I want to say.
Yeah, concurrently. It's just like, well, and then just like immediately hearing the like his banner drop, then going back, well. No, but what I was going to say is, especially in a cadence like that, Arthur would recognize, since I'm donning the guise of the Magna Benefactor, essentially talking about a little bit facetiously about the fickle flame of the Magna Revolution, and how everybody is like sort of bickering amongst themselves. It's like, boy, did I miss it.
Remind me of the alias that you used during the revolution in this case.
I did not have one planned out, so I can just do it real quick.
If you'd like, I can generate one for you.
Oh yeah, you can generate one if you want, Mr. I will defer to you, Mr. DM, since Magna is kind of your area of expertise.
Okay. I will give you the name.
While this is going on, Ethel, you're gonna see like Malvir cough and like a coin fall out of her mouth, And she's gonna slip it back in.
Fuck.
You just hear the coin star noise.
Wait, what'd you say?
You just hear the
No, I
coin
like
star noise.
pennies.
Oh. Yek, this is a question for you specifically. Would you be okay with an Iranian name?
Sure, fuck it, let's go.
Ahmad?
Just watch it as actually be my name.
Ahmad or Irfan? How about Irfan?
Ooh, Erfan. Yeah, let's go with that.
Irfan Teimouri.
Okay, let me just put that in my other notes.
I was gonna go
You
with
mind DMing me the
yeah. I was gonna go with Irfan Falah, but I think Falah is a bit too.
and then fella.
Here.
Yeah, watch out, Rod. I'm gonna fatwa them. Careful.
Listen, man. Different ways of getting the same thing. As you speak.
So yeah.
Oh, go for it.
No, I was just like, so how do they react? But you were about to do that, so go ahead.
As you say those words, you see Arthur's ears prick up, and he just sort of turns with you, his eyes wide. I don't believe it. You son of a bitch. And he starts walking over to you. Irfan Teimouri. How you been,
Yeah,
you
as soon as
bastard?
he says that, as soon as he says that, I sort of like take off the hood and the mask to just show my face.
Describe what you look like for me.
So very like curly, blondish locks, like a little bit of a wrinkled face, more like in like the 40s. Kind of like a face of either like a scholar or poet. Like sort of that cadence.
Okay. I haven't seen you in what, 6 years now? Where the hell you been?
6 years, 2 months, and 13 days, but who's been counting?
Oh, you always were the type to know math better than me.
It's good to see you too, Arthur.
Now what
Keeping the Congress in line, I imagine.
I try. They're good people. What are you doing here? Especially at a time like this. You caught me at the worst time possible.
Well, I'm out of retirement, let's say.
Out of retirement. You're not with them, are you? And he points over to the wardens.
It's a complicated relationship.
Uh-huh. As if anything is simple with you. I'm joking. Now, what brings you to Magna? I'm surprised to see you here.
Well, specifically, trying to investigate into the Hellgate Dell situation, and our those people sort of like pointing back to the Wyndburgh Warden group, and my alignments, or our interests are in alignment.
I see. Well, I won't lie to you. Irfan. It's been a bit rough. I can tell that these are smart kids, good people. But they're gonna have a little bit of a tough time convincing a couple of our people here. If they're with you, I can see no wrong with it. But and he comes a little closer to you to say this more quietly and more privately. He says, "But Arrow and Urvan and Brunhilde, you know how they are. They're the more hardline ones, and they're just worried. They're very worried. Especially since we're still recovering from the revolution and all. You know how much we lost. And even to Sand, that the aid groups has been
oh my God, it has been it's been a whole mass to send them there, and now to send not only those aid workers, but also to send armed envoys to investigate non-citizens. It's a delicate situation, and I agree with them. I agree with the fact that investigating that would be important. However, I also have to agree with the fact that it's a diplomatic situation, and if there's not a firm but graceful hand to deal with this, that ain't going to be the way the cookie crumbles. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I definitely understand.
Listen, you and I have been through a lot. I don't. We don't need to rehash all of it. And I trust your judgment. So does Elena. Elena seems to like him. Azaria seems to like him as well. But there's not much I can do by myself. Apollo's the one that's on the fence, really. And unless we get a supermajority between all of us to make a decision like that, it ain't happening.
How much is a supermajority?
That would be, and he turns back like he said, he's terrible with math.
Yep.
There's 7 of them. They would need at least 5. So, right,
Maybe I can have,
and
maybe I
and
can have a
to
quick talk with the problem people, per se.
sure, and to review, the people he said are the ones that are the least convinced are Arrow Flint, Urvan Lemurovic, and Brunhilde Evermain. Apollo is on the fence.
Right.
Urvan, Brunhilde, and Arrow are the ones that are not liking what they've seen so far. Azaria, Elena, and Arthur are acquiescing to the proposal.
Perfect. Okay. Well, I already like those 3 anyway. So, I'll actually go first to Apollo because this is definitely going to be while he's on the fence, this is definitely going to be an awkward conversation.
Yep.
So do I walk to Apollo?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Yeah. I can't actually scoot myself over. You're gonna have to do that for me.
What?
So immediately linking up with him telepathically, and it's like, Apollo.
I did not expect you to see you here, and with a different face.
Well, it seems like we're both full of surprises. I didn't know that you were part of the Congress.
Well, as a congressman, I try not to leverage my position, especially towards customers.
And I usually don't like showing my face as one of the friendly faces of a revolution, if needed to, but yet here we are.
You clearly came to me to speak of our dealings here today. You have your time.
So you seem to be, you seem to be the least apprehensive of the 3 other Congress people. What's keeping you on the fence?
Arthur spoke, did he not? He's always been the most eager to see things resolved. Ervan, I'm going to be honest with you. If a war is coming, you yourself have seen what a war in a smaller scale can do. A war between the Federation and the Coalition and the Kingdom of Sylvania would spell doom not just for us, but for hundreds of thousands, if not millions. You must understand that no matter how noble intentions may be, Magna will protect its own. Must we do better? Yes, we must. Can we? We can decide to, but our capabilities are limited. However, If we were to believe that you have the capability to at least protect our aid workers during their humanitarian mission, perhaps I would be more persuaded. However, I have not seen any of that yet. I know you are a competent fighter, and I believe that the Wood Elf would also be, after all, she is from Sylvania. I am not impressed by the others. I am yet to see
Wow.
a convincing, unassailable argument of your competence to protect our people.
So, and it's like, well, do I have a few stories to tell you? And I'll just like sort of scooch my way over between, or like onto the side of Apollo and just like pointing at some of the Wyndburgh wardens, telling that, or like essentially recanting all of the exploits that I saw them do.
Give me a persuasion check.
Okay.
And on top of that, add your proficiency bonus, because you're doing exactly what a bard would do right now.
Yeah, exactly. Hype man, hype man, hype man.
So that would be a plus 20 to this roll.
Okay.
We just called it auto success.
Also
With advantage,
so
yes.
Let's go. So first one is a 15. Next one is a 6. So I'm going to go with the 15. So that is
A 35.
35. Thank you.
Tell me what you can't to him.
So, let's see. So pointing over to all of the Wyndburgh wardens, just going through like the gigantic warforge that we fought in like one of the.
Are you revealing that he is a warforged to Apollo?
No, not revealing that he was a warforged. That
Oh,
we
okay,
fought
sorry.
a gigantic warforged,
Gotcha.
like the warforged colossus.
The Titan, got it.
Yeah, the Titan. Taking down the ancient white dragon, fighting back against a lich twice. Fighting back against like a revenant, just recanting like all the stories and exploits that were on the Faerun Deliverer. Just all of that, the whole shebang.
Okay. What do you say specifically about Saltbrook?
Saltbrook, he focusing on like the colossal titan, how he just like was able to shoot like a eldritch blast into its eye and send sparks and shrapnel flying.
What do you say about Kirith?
Kirith, her competency dealing with the Almec automatons.
What do you say about Rex?
Turning in, shape-shifting into a giant snake and holding down another like warforged, not a warforged titan, but they're like the warforged warriors.
What do you say about Ethel?
Ethel,
Yes.
able to take down or take to the skies and deliver swift justice with her arrow.
What do you say about Grim?
Able to tussle with what was the things that we fought before? They were at the not at the forge. No, he was able to
At the
tussle with the
forge?
dragon. We'll just say
Oh,
that.
okay.
Yeah.
No, not at the forge. Yeah, he wasn't
That's
there.
how
I remember.
You see Apollo's eyes, he's a cat. You see his pupils dilated as he listens to your words. Impressive.
Gonna get the zoomies in court. Stop.
Very impressive. And you say a warforged titan. I am unfamiliar with this. I have heard stories of the warforged of Eberron, but a titan? What is this you speak of?
Well, it's in the name, but if you need a description, it's as tall as a mountain and with the ferocity of 5 dragons.
Impressive. And terrifying. You never fail to tell stories that shiver the bones. I see. You've given me much to think about and much to deliberate. I cannot promise you anything, Irvan.
Promise me that you will hear them out when they speak again. That's all I ask.
Absolutely. As counselor, that is my duty.
Okay, I give him a nod.
He slow blinks, looking at you.
Aww.
Wow, I'm not special anymore.
So next one.
I'm going to let you speak to one more before the session restarts.
Let's see.
So
I feel like
the three would be
who was the
these.
most? Yeah. No, I'm trying to remember who was the most confrontational to Thilden.
That would have
during
been
that.
Urvan
The elephant.
Lemonovich.
Yeah, the elephant guy. Yeah. Sorry, what was his name again?
Urvan. Urvan.
Listen, she means well, she just don't talk too well.
Yep.
She got the
Okay,
right
so
spirit.
let's talk to Urban.
As you approach Urvan, you see that he has, in the same pose that he is here right now, he's holding both hands in front of him. In fact, it's rare, you haven't noticed that he's ever moved those hands from there. Give me a perception check.
He's hiding a baby bump.
No! He's pregnant!
He's mpreg.
He's great.
Pregante.
So he is
Pregante.
6, 7, 8, 9, so 19 total.
A 19.
Yes.
Dale, you notice that his arms, unlike the rest of his body, he is a loxodon. This man is 9.5 feet tall. He's massive. Despite the fact that he is very muscular everywhere else, his arms are essentially withered. You notice that he doesn't move those arms because he can't. Those arms are essentially stuck in that position.
Has that been like common knowledge to people, or does he like to keep it to himself? Or would I need to roll insight for that? If he's like guarded about that particular thing?
From your perception, it's like the arms are not even there. It's like they're for decoration almost.
Oh, so they're prosthetics?
No. Those are his real arms, but you notice that they are
just atrophied to the point.
completely atrophied. That's the word I was looking for. These, have you seen that picture of the guy that kept his arm up for like 50, 60 years?
Oh God, why did you put that back in my mind?
That.
Ugh.
But it's both of his arms. You do notice, though, his trunk, extremely muscular.
Oh, so he overcompensates. Or not, yeah, he doesn't overcompensate. He compensates his lack of hands by using his trunk.
And you recognize his garb to be that of a monk. What would you like to say to him?
I'm going to feign ignorance at this knowledge for now. So just going up and is like, I didn't know that the people of Magna were so religious, as he's like holding like a contemplative like prayer pose.
Religious. You misunderstand me, Arvan. Have you ever known me to be religious at all? During or before the revolution?
Kind of hard to put a stake, or to proclaim, or align with the divine after what we saw.
True. If there are any deities in this world, truly they are not kind. Certainly not benevolent.
You know my name, but I believe I'm at a disadvantage. I don't know if we worked together?
No, however, Ford and I are very good friends, and I've heard many tales of your exploits.
Hmm.
I am Urvan Lemurovich.
Pleasure. And I sort of like bring out my hand, and then just like sort of trying to adjust it to just like, where should I?
You see that he performs almost like a bow, but as he does,
Okay, then
his trunk extends, and it just grabs a hold of your hand, almost like it's
Okay.
almost as if the tip of his trunk is a hand as well. It's a very strong grip. You weren't expecting how strong it is.
Yeah. Ugh. Pleasure to meet another revolutionary.
Well, you're surrounded by them.
Yeah. Some people are contributed more than others, but I guess we all share in the same in the fruits, or share in the same fruit of our labor.
We may share in the same fruits of labor, but we also share in the grief. Many of us lost much, and the revolution is all we have. Magna is all we have. As I'm sure you know. I'm very.
What about the Almectons?
What
Or
about
Almectomatons?
What about them?
Have our comrades been turned into them?
None of those that died during the revolution. Those that requested not to be turned will not.
Right. So I've heard from Cesare.
Do you doubt this?
No, I don't doubt that. There's a couple of other things that I doubted, but didn't exactly want to tell him. Or I'd rather save my breath.
Would you share them with me? I can't help being curious, you know.
Do you want my honest opinion?
Of course.
I sort of look at him with like more of like a grim sort of like cadence to my face, as like before, or as opposed to like my jubilation with recanting stories with Apollo. I immediately look at him as like, I think the Almectomatons are the biggest security liability that Magna has so far.
A fair assessment.
Respond.
Any weapon can be turned against its user. Any defense besieged and conquered. There is no such thing as a perfect weapon.
But it seems like Cesare is too proud to realize what exactly is happening.
Then that folly would fall upon all of us, not only him.
Yeah. You, all people should know that the Almectomaton attacks have been ramping up. It's been getting worse.
Yes.
Something is going on here, and it doesn't seem like everybody is comfortable about talking about it.
We are comfortable about talking about it. We're just not comfortable about acting on it. I mean, how could we? Are we to go to open war with the Coalition or the Federation over the attacks?
No, not necessarily that, but I would think that we would try to do something a little bit more subtle. Something with more plausible deniability.
You mean a covert strike?
Yeah. Under the guise of, well, an escort of aid workers. And I sort of like point over to the Wyndburgh wardens.
Ervan, I do not doubt that your exploits during the war are true. In fact, It is because I know that they are true and I believe them, and I believe Ford, that I tell you this not as Counselor of Magna, but as a brother, a revolutionary. There must be time for war, and there must be time for averting it. A time will come where there will be breakthroughs on our security, where there will be breakthroughs in the advances we have made as a country. Right now, we stand upon a knife's edge. One small misstep could spell the end of not just Magna, but its people. I understand your desire to strike back and to retaliate. The world knows I was once that way. But I am old, and I've lost enough. And I would rather be alive to remember my wife and my children than dead on a battlefield over an avertible war.
Remember this much deliberation over choosing a time on when to overthrow the aristocracy.
Overthrowing the Zentarim, the wizard Mondane, was more urgent. It was already happening. It was a war that was already in progress.
And 7 Almectomaton attacks aren't?
Again, just as I have said to your friends, what is your solution?
I think you'll be hearing it very shortly.
The Nine Hells know how open-eared I am, and you see him move, sort of wave his big flappy elephant ears. There's a twinge of humor you didn't expect from him in that sentence. However, I must put on a front of strictness. For if I don't, and we fall into a trap, into something that brings Magna into the spotlight of conflict, and I could have prevented it. You know just how much you would have loved to prevent the death of your companions, as would of all of us. We must be cautious. We cannot rush into this without a plan. I have no pleasure in sitting here and allowing these people to attack us, to make a mockery of those who have surrendered their bodies for eternity in service of our people. I have no intention in allowing that to continue, but I also have no intention into rushing headlong into what might be an ambush, into what might be open war that will reap the souls of many more. So move me, Erfan. If you have a plan, move me. And if you do, you will have my full support.
So, Rod, can I use one of my inspiration to get a hint on this?
Yes.
Okay. Boop. There you go. Actually, using my inspiration, finally.
There you go. Dale,
All right.
you sense that there is a bit of desperation. And it's a desperation mixed with grief, mixed with regret, mixed with acceptance, almost. Urvan genuinely is trying to protect the people of Magna because he has nothing else. His family's gone. His wife is gone. Everything he has just said to you is the absolute truth he believes in. And you sense almost a challenge coming from him. It's not, oh, if you had a good plan. No, it's prove to me that I will not regret this. Prove to me that I can place my trust on you, because when I trusted myself, I lost everything that was dear to me. He's asking you to let him trust you by proving to you that you have a good plan in your hands.
So, I am going to gingerly place a hand on his shoulder, or maybe like one of his arms, to like show solidarity. Look him up straight in the eyes, and he's like, "You know of me, you know of my exploits. I can take the Wyndburgh Wardens. I can we can move silently without a trace, and and just taking out like a knife, we can show who's ever is behind this, take him out quietly."
You see him deliberating for a moment.
But all we need is a good cover story, like we did when we proposed raids on armories. We needed a way to get in. Help me get in, and I can do the rest.
I trust you, Erfan. If you could convince me that they are trustworthy, you'll have my support.
And as he finishes speaking, you hear the Almectomatons with their shields, these very, very heavy scutum shields. You hear them banging them on the ground, all of them at the same time, 3 times. And you see Urvan turns over to you, and he says,
"Well, recess is done.
Just promise that you'll hear them out. That's all I ask for."
I'm a counselor, Erfan. I would be misrepresenting my people if I did not hear them out. Do not mistake my strictness for callousness. They seem like good people, and I want to believe in them. But they must move me.
But you're afraid of losing everything.
I've already lost everything. I just do not wish the same to happen to all of them.
And you see him with his trunk, a very small point to all the citizens on the stands. And there's a quiet, there's a silence in the room. Almost as if Urvan's words represent the feelings of all of these people that you can see here. And we shall resume.
One more thing before I part. I would like to tell Urvan, it's just like, I know of your fears. Don't let them take you.
Thank you, Erfan.
Can you promise me that?
Fear has not taken me yet. Nor will it. Now go on. We must keep up some appearance of professionalism.
I'm just gonna immediately put back on my my mask and my robe and then walk back.
Okay.
Telepathically linking with everyone as soon as I get back.
So what do you say? Is it good? Is it bad? What's happening?
So long story. I was able to get Apollo on our side. Urvan, not so much. He's afraid of if we take action, then Magna is going to get embroiled in war. I tried to convince him that I would be able to, or that we would be able, using a cover front of escorting aid workers, that we can do a little bit of sabotage and try and find the person who's responsible for the Almectomaton attacks.
All right.
I don't know if that if that took.
Why am I back there?
Because you went to get the. Oh no, never mind. You have him on you. I'm stupid.
No, what the fuck?
Listen.
I'm a part of the team.
I know. I just misunderstood. I thought you went to get Thalion, and then I realized that he is the skelt in your robe.
Yeah. God, thanks.
We so all they're asking for is to show them confidence that we can that we'd be able to, protect the aid workers and also not embroil Magna into another war.
Well, we knew that. It's a little bold to suggest espionage to their face, though, don't you think?
I didn't sign up for any espionage.
Well, I mean, you don't necessarily have to.
Though to be fair,
volunteer gig.
To be fair, being revolutionaries, you'd expect them to be involved in that sort of thing.
Yeah, you think they wouldn't be such cowards.
Oh, we were.
Ethel, as you say that through the mind link, Grim turns over to you.
I can understand where they're coming from. My people were nearly extinguished before, and if theirs were anywhere close to what mine went through, I'd be apprehensive as well.
Yeah, I just go to Grim and it's like, it was about that bad. Yeah.
You have my condolences.
I don't need condolences. We need a, plan. And Saltbrook is on the podium. Is that such a good idea?
I trust him.
To what? Eldritch Blast the Congress?
Am I part of this mind link right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I'm gonna
are.
look behind me directly at Dale and say, "Shut the fuck up."
You hear
You didn't have to
Kirith.
talk down an entire coalition division.
You hear Kirith in your head, Dale, going, "Ha!
Got him.
Got
I
him."
just got him. I'm trying to lock in, and I'm hearing yapathonics behind me.
The Yapinator.
Saltbrook,
Glance between them
Yapinator.
and back.
as a spellcaster and with Lyra's presence in your mind, you could shut off Dale's mind link.
I'm choosing not to because he is giving me good information. He's just
I just wanted to make sure because you are
he's
able
doing
to
that
do
Dale
it.
thing. He's being a little silly guy and doing that Dale thing where he's like, I don't know, let me go. And then he converts everybody to a new religion called Catholicism and blows up a house.
Yeah, exactly.
Mentioned.
Catholic Dale is now going to be a thing.
Catholic Dale.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Catholic Dale's yeah.
All right.
I mean, we've seen him negotiate with the Federation, the Federation Patrol. I don't know about the Magna Congress.
You didn't see me negotiate with the coalition soldiers either, then.
That is
I just
true.
tried to tell you.
That is true.
Oh yeah, no, I would
No
know
one
about that.
listens
Wouldn't
to
I?
Ethel,
Shit.
You
no.
would know about that.
I would know about that. Never mind. Okay, well, give him hell, Saltbrook. Not
Just
literally.
Keep
Don't-
what we
please.
discussed and keep a level head and you'll be fine.
Don't hurt them.
I'm gonna say in my head, but not do any of the components to fireball. Simply think fire.
Fireball,
Ethel,
fireball, fireball.
as soon as he thinks fireball, you see Rex his scales sort of like react to it. You see his body kind of tense up. Oh.
Oh yeah. You go.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was a bit too used to that.
Yep.
I grab the dagger from like the holster on my back and just give it to him. He's like, "Here, look at the shiny."
And this is why I'm usually behind Saltbrook.
I'm not. He's never hit me yet.
Well, yeah, you can take it. I can't.
Alright. The other thing I'm gonna do is before we start speaking is I'm just gonna fix my hat to be. It's still gonna be the slow chat, but it's gonna be like not shittily resting on my head. It's gonna be like normal, proper
Okay.
parade rest.
Floor is yours, Saltbrook. Actually, before I do that, can I just do a little ditty on my lute and give Saltbrook bardic inspiration?
Bardic inspiration.
Actually, no.
Confess this,
motherfuckers!
motherfuckers!
I can actually telepathically sing to him. That
Can
could be bardic
you?
inspiration. Yeah.
I'm going to shut your. I'm gonna shut your singing out if you keep fucking.
Shut your the
Out.
fuck.
Ladies and gentlemen of the United Congress.
Congress.
And I just
I can,
fucking sing.
I can also just play.
Free
Rules as written. Rules as written. Yeah, no, you cannot. But if Saltbrook is into it, I'll allow it.
I don't want to hear singing while I'm speaking.
Because you can speak telepathically, not sing.
Then can I recite a poem?
It has to. And bardic inspiration, they have to be able to hear you. He's not exactly hearing you in his mind. He's receiving information. It's because he has an internal monologue doesn't mean he's hearing it.
Well, technically that's how it would be, because you're not getting any auditory, visual, and/or.
Yeah. If Saltbrook allows it, I'll allow it. That's my point.
I'm okay with it. I just don't want to hear singing while I'm trying to discuss my
Well,
argument.
it's not. No, it's not going to be like it's like a short riff. It's just like a bam sort of thing.
I'm looking at my movie
It's a stinger.
right now.
It's
I'm like staring at it. Really.
Me on my way to smack you across the mouth with counterspell.
It's not a.
Alright, fine. I'm gonna just fucking push it down a flight of stairs then.
Yeah, I'll do 2, 4, 6, 8. Saltbrook is really great. Just into his
9,
mind.
10, 11, 12. Something else.
I'm gonna like look back at Dale after saying that. I'm gonna like raise a hand like, what are you fucking talking?
There you go, bardic inspiration. You're welcome, buddy.
Saltbrook, you're gonna hear snoring next to you.
I'm gonna tap my fucking lawyer
Ready?
on the fucking arm to wake her up.
She's gonna look
I
startled.
need to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Sorry.
All right. Saltbrook, the floor is yours.
We now resume the proceedings.
Is there like a microphone here?
No, but it's a very acoustic chamber. You can be well heard.
Okay. I'll raise my voice just a little bit so it sounds authoritative.
Okay. Your intimidation check is still in effect.
Yippee. Ladies and gentlemen of the assembled Congress of Magna, my name is Josiah Saltbrook. I come from Fairhaven in Eberron.
There is a quiet from the mention of Eberron and the fact that you're from Fairhaven. And then you begin hearing murmuring behind you from the citizens on the stand. They're confirming what they were looking at earlier.
Yeah. As a member of a third party, coming to speak to you today on behalf of a plan to introduce some stability into Hellgate Bell, I say hello to each of you. You may not know me, and I may not know you. However, I'm sure that in the span of a few minutes, this will change. I have been briefed lightly by members of my party, and by some information granted to me from friends, and I understand that you here in Magna have very advanced living standards in comparison to the rest of the Sword Coast. When a civilization has covered its material needs, it moves on to needs of self-actualization and protection. I understand that in your time today, you have many sorts of protections and self-actualization programs in your government. However, as it seems, the world is no longer what it used to be, and tensions are rising across the Sword Coast between the two major factions and Sylvania. I would not deign to say it. I'm gonna fucking subtly say, "Fuck you, elf."
Continue.
I have heard your requests for a plan, for action to be taken in measured amounts and that do not possess a risk to your people or your way of life. I can understand the desire to avert conflict. My time in Fairhaven and in Eberron in general was not a time of peace. It was a time of war, conflict, and death, and I would not wish to bring that upon another civilization if I can avoid it. However, the reports and the findings coming out of Hellgate Bell as of late are appalling to a degree of which I cannot tolerate, and that myself and this party have agreed is intolerable, inhumane, and cruel to a degree that none of us can no longer avoid. You ask for competence. I point to you to the Sylvanian expansion as of late. We were present as another third party in the peace summits and peace speakings, and while that discussion may not have ended ideally, it did prevent conflict from sparking immediately. Unfortunately, things have once again changed, and evidently, borders are looking to change as well. I'm gonna move over my speech that is coming out of my brain right now without anything, so I'm just kind of shuffling a paper that's on my fucking lectern.
Yeah, okay.
If you wish to know competency of our skills, beyond our diplomatic prowess, we defended High Ice from a coalition division with nothing more than a small militia of volunteers. It was a bloody fight, but we prevented casualties, and we did our best to ensure that those who fought alongside us had the greatest odds of survival. I understand it may be difficult to put your trust into strangers, into people you don't know, into people who wish to get something from you. I would point to our defense with the recent Almecton incursion, I suppose, attack within the city. We responded with an equivalent force and managed to get most civilians out, with the regrettable loss of one woman whom I unfortunately did not know, and who I hope her soul now rests with the deity. At the behest of other speakings that I've had with the group, I understand that lacking any sort of oversight from the council or from this Congress may not be an ideal state. We'd be willing to compromise on this with a bit of further discussion. There's always risk when it comes to acting. However, as I'm sure that you remember in your history, acting is the only way to completely assure something happens. In this case, our plan is simple. We shall move with the consent of this Congress and the protection of a diplomatic expedition to allow humanitarian aid into Hellgate Bell, evacuate civilians who are still stuck within the region, and allow for the burial of the dead and those unfortunate enough to be wounded to be moved somewhere safe. We will achieve this by negotiating with the heads of both warring factions. I suppose the three warring factions, the Sylvians and the Coalition, have not acted as unified council, as a stopping of an diplomatic mission is tantamount to admitting starting the slaughter. The Coalition and the Federation have been at each other's throats for longer than I can remember now. Neither side wants to be the provocation. Neither side wants to have the provocation be laid at their feet, for it would be seen poorly at home and will hurt the war effort on their end. Getting in there does not seem the particular. Discovering what happened and allowing the flow of humanitarian aid and civilians to leave is the most important option and important prerogative of this mission. Just gonna shift my thing again.
Sorry. That is fantastic. Continue.
Pause for effect.
Scrolls.
The other thing that we would be willing to do is escort and guarantee the protection of aid workers, medical personnel, and any sort of peacekeeping operations that may come from a ceasefire. As I don't believe that going to Hellgate Dell just to ask them to stop fighting and then leaving without anything in our hands is the option to peace. But I do not believe that not acting is an option either. So, I ask you, what do you ask from us?
There's a stunned silence in the room. Even the murmurs from before have stopped. And there's an electricity that surrounds the air. There is almost a memory that seems to flow between every single one of those present here. There is grief. There is loss. There is bittersweet triumph. There is victory. And there is mourning. And you see the members of the Congress take a moment. They look at each other. You see Izaria and Elena share glances, a small smile on both their faces. Dale, you see that Urvan, though before he was staring at you, his attention is transfixed. Solbrook, you see Ford and Brunhilde and Apollo. There is a silence in their movements. There is a silence in their repose. And then you hear a voice. You speak as one who has seen much war, Saltbrook. And you hear Arrow, Flint, speaking to you directly. As you are no stranger to the loss that so many of us here have lived, survived through, I think it only fitting that I speak to you, soldier to soldier. I was the general of the revolutionary forces during our war. I had the unfortunate and grueling task to send young men and women to their death. I would myself scour the battlefields afterwards. Short in stature as I may be, hard to detect. And for hours, I would work diligently to either return their bodies or their tags to their families.
you understand the horror of watching a life snuffed, of hearing a man cry for his mother. I see in you not a charlatan, not a peddler of false truths. I see a man attempting to do right. Compromise. And he stands up and he begins to walk forward. And as he does, he takes a moment to look at all the other congressmen. He also looks at the citizens. Compromise is bloody, difficult, and at times unacceptable by our egos, by our hearts, by wounded hearts that want nothing more than bloodshed and revenge. And yet, calmer minds must prevail. Were you to ask me a few minutes ago if I would have listened to a man from a wasteland such as Eberron, what he knows of averting war, I would have laughed. And so my ego would have gotten the better of me. If you are able, as you say, to protect our people and to see to it that suffering that we have all felt is felt by at least one less person, then I say there is merit to your proposal. However, I do not need to explain to you what failure would mean, and not to Magna, not to us, but as a man whose eyes have seen as much loss as I have. You know what it would mean to your own heart to fail to prevent the same tragedy that befell you to befall others. It is a dangerous game. You play with your own sanity, Saltbrook. And though I cannot decipher whether it is folly, bravery, or sheer altruism, I cannot deny that you are stronger than I am. And he turns around to the other Congress members. When I was elected to this Congress, when Izaria was elected to this Congress, when Ford was elected to this Congress, we were elected not only by our people, but because we are warriors. So that our thinking would not be done simply by men of thought or women of thought, but also by men of action. And so we are counterbalanced by you. And he looks at it, at Elena, at Brunhilde, and at Apollo. We are counterbalanced by those who act as men of thought. As people of thought, I invite you to tell me if this man of action has not thought as one of you. If there is no wisdom in his words. I am simply a man of action. I am no man of thought. But I know alien thinking when I hear it. And his is not the thought of a man of action. Provided that our aid workers are protected, and Magna is not involved in open war, I hereby grant my blessing.
And he turns around and returns to his seat. And as he sits, you see that he slumps down. There's a weight on him. This small yet formidable kobold. More formidable than any kobold you've ever seen before, with deep scars upon his face, who up until this moment held himself in. And Saltbrook, Ethel, you recognize this immediately as not just a warrior, but a warrior with no regrets. You see as he sits down, his shoulders slump, and there's a weight upon him. A weight that only loss can cause. Do you have anything else to say, Saltbrook?
I'm just gonna give the kobold a nod. Not really a "we'll protect your people," but we'll get it done sort of. Yep. But other than that, I don't believe I have much else to say. I think it's just gonna hear what everyone else has to say, and then I'll give my conclusion.
You see Apollo perk up.
Are there any other wardens that would like to make their case known?
And he looks at you, Malvir, at you, Ethel, at you, Dale.
Malvir is going to find a new point of interest in her hooves and will not look up.
Is that a new chip in my hoof?
Yeah, basically, she would seemingly attempt to make herself unnoticeable.
I mean, I could stake my claim as one of the comrades in arms in the Revolutionary.
Say again.
I think
Sorry.
we're pretty sold.
Yeah, so I think we're pretty good.
Nothing else? Are we sure? I'm just
Yeah,
making triple
We're
sure.
sold. Yeah.
Are you implying that we need to move them a little bit more?
I'm not
To nudge?
implying anything. I am, regardless of whether you needed to move them more or if you got a slam dunk, I am making triple sure that you guys are ready to move on. It's essentially at the end of an RPG where it says you will not be able to come back from this area. Are you sure you would like to continue?
Yeah. Point.
Wait.
This is the point of no return.
I need more cosmetic items.
Dang it! I didn't do all the side quests yet.
Oh, fine. I guess I'll go back to the first town.
I'm actually going to confer that with, or telepathically link that with Saltbrook and everyone else. Is like, since I was one of the revolutionary fighters in Magna, should I stake my claim on this?
Do you need to?
I was gonna say, well, we seem
would
pretty
hurt.
sold.
They seem convinced. If you wish to speak, now's your time. But I'll leave that decision to you. They seem pretty convinced.
Can I use an insight on the rest of the Congress members?
I'll give you one.
Okay. Sorry to have that. Elephant Man.
Udvan? Okay.
Yeah, Udvan. Take an insight. Roll for insight, yeah?
Yes, please.
Okay. 17 plus 6, so that is 23.
Dale, as you look at Urvan, his gaze has not moved from Saltbrook. And there are tears he is not shedding right now.
Hmm.
He's holding back.
I think we have it sold.
Yeah, no, he's quite a stubborn one. Just thinking, I don't know what exactly I could say.
I think we should keep the emotional moment because he seems very convinced.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess I'll just hold my peace for now.
All right? If it is unanimous, we shall continue. You watch as Apollo looks to one side and then looks to the other. And he pauses.
Many words were spoken here today. Many actions were taken. Wills displayed. It now comes the time for the Congress to vote. And a reminder there must be a supermajority. At least 5 out of the 7 must vote in favor for this proposition to pass. The vote shall be secret and counted at once.
And you see them all stand from their seats and make their way to the fountain in the middle. And, okay. Thank you, Tabletop. Very cool. And as they stand around the fountain, you see it begins to illuminate with a bluish light. Solbrook, give me Arcana, please.
Arkuma, I bet. Skooma. It's going to be a 21.
Okay. Solbrook, you recognize this magic as the same type of magic you felt when Judd achieved that different form of awakening at the Father Forge. And you see them all hold their hands above the fountain with closed fists. And as they all open their hands at the same time, you see these small drops of blue, almost like blue gold leaf, slowly descend onto the water. And as it touches the surface, that faint blue light becomes powerful and illuminates the entirety of the room. The braziers on the corners of the room immediately go out, and you see the Almectomatons stop. Their heads slump forward, and they do not move. And the light, the water begins to bubble as if it's boiling, and it settles. The light turns from blue to golden. Apollo shakes his head and looks at you all.
Wyndburgh Wardens, may the protection of Magna be with you on your road to Hellgate Dell.
I will nod and I'll just pick up my banner here and I'll give a closing statement.
Okay. Go for it.
In light of this vote, the terms are sealed and your people will be protected. That's all I'm going to say.
Nice.
The Congress has been adjourned. Thank you for your presence. Councilors, to your regions.
Dale, you see Urvan approach you.
Oh, yep. Sorry, I was muted.
I still have my doubts. However, Saltbrook is right. For us not to act would be a betrayal of who we are. It would be a betrayal of all we lost. Keep them safe. Had fun.
But I put a hand on my shoulder. It's like, we'll see it done. You have my word.
Be well.
And he essentially begins to leave. And Ethel, he stops by your side. And he says,
I do apologize for my strictness. You are a spirited debater.
There's a smile on his face. And he continues. The others sort of hang back and continue talking amongst themselves. What would you all like to do next?
We all jump in the air. It's like, yeah, and then freeze frame.
We're going to Hellgate Dell!
Freeze frame.
Malvere's gonna drop all of her papers. Okay, sorry.
Awesome.
Malvere's gonna toss all of her
That
papers
was
to the
really
ground
loud. Holy
in
crap.
just relief.
Sorry about it.
You see Malvere. You see Azaria coming over towards you. Well, Malvere, I did not expect you to do such a good job. However, I do have another job for you.
You have another what? A joke? What?
Nope. You're fired.
I'm fired for what?
Because you did a phenomenal job.
But how am I liked this
The
job.
wardens are going to need someone of your talents. The ones you keep hidden and rather not speak to the others about. They're going to need someone of your talents in Hellgate. And since you were part of their party here, technically, you kinda have to.
I have to. I barely know these people. I'm not even on first name basis with most of them. Please let me keep my job. Please. She'd fall to her knees. I really like being a lawyer.
You can be a lawyer. Just after you're done.
How long is it gonna take?
I don't know. But if you want it to be done soon, you might want to start leaving now.
Oh no.
She has a big smile on her face the entire time.
Malvere would begin weeping on the ground.
Big shit-eating grin on Azaria's face. She's looking at you, Ethel, and almost going like... almost pointing at Malvere.
I ended her career.
She gets no amusement from me.
her wails would get a little bit louder. She would fall to the ground and would begin fucking bawling.
Where'd you get the basketball from?
Can I try to raise you up?
Yeah, no,
Please,
I
please,
don't
please,
even,
please,
I don't
please,
even have
please,
first
please,
name.
please.
I don't even have first name basis with any of them. It's like, good luck. I have at least like 20.
That's
She
fantastic.
said most of them, to be fair. She's very, I think out of the all everybody, it's
No,
the elf.
The joke is I have a ton of aliases, so I have a lot of first names.
Yeah,
I see.
a lot of first name basis is
Yeah.
basi to get to.
Shoot, between her tears and like snot dripping from her nose, she'd be begging for her job back.
She's doing the
desperately.
Chopper from One Piece face.
Yeah.
Can we get much higher?
So high.
Please let me keep my job. I always wanted to be a lawyer. I don't want to be an adventurer. I don't want to do anything they're doing. Please, I'm so scared. And I'm not good at anything, really. Please.
I mean, if you truly want to not do it, you can. But you're going to miss out on plenty. Plenty of
she'd look
things
over
you've
her
never
shoulder.
seen. Flavors you've never tasted. Sounds
Immediately
you've
she'd
never
stand
heard.
up at flavors.
Mm-hmm.
She'd kind of wipe the tears from her eyes and would say, "Oh, there's food. Okay, well, I suppose it couldn't be that bad."
And after all, a good lawyer has to know a lot of people and how different people act. Consider this work experience. That is if, when you come back, I still decide to give you your job back. So convince
Give me
me.
it back. She'd look a little devastated if she would say, well, I mean, if I'm going to go on this whole ordeal, I mean, I should get back. That should be grounds for getting it back immediately when I come back.
All right. But don't come back so soon. You have plenty of living to do, plenty of seeing to do.
Crinkle her nose at that.
And I'll know. If you come back and you haven't seen anything, I'll know.
What if I go blind?
Then you'll have seen too much. And she puts her hands on your shoulders and effortlessly spins you around and pushes you towards the rest of the group.
Slam onto the ground. And then begin crawling.
Yeah, no, Dale is just immediately going to go. It's like, you know we won, right?
Oh, it's Malvir?
Yeah.
Well, yes, I know, but I got fired. I wanted to be a lawyer. Imagine how many cases I could take on and be the best lawyer there could ever be. Imagine me, Malvia, the very lawyer.
I'm sure we can find some criminals on the way for you to be the
yes.
lawyer.
Oh, I'd love to be a lawyer of a criminal, as long as it's nothing too bad. I think I can probably work with murder.
Plenty of
Long enough
murders.
to probably need to.
Yeah, I could probably use some legal counsel on my, let's just say legally gray field of expertise.
Just kind of give him a little side eye suspiciously. She'd shuffle up.
All I'm saying is just saying, I just need some legal advice. Is all.
Oh, well, I suppose I could give you that advice. And what will you offer me in return, though, for such legal advice? I don't work for free.
Let's see. Boundless adventure, treasures, good food.
Can I have one of your names?
To keep?
No, I'm messing with you. I can't take names. No, I'll have food.
Okay. Good, because there was already a ferry that took at least 8 of them. It was a hassle to get back.
Ooh, 8 is very greedy. What type of fairy did you meet? Was she a water sprite? A nymph?
I don't remember. Kind of a while back.
Well, if you meet her again, tell her I am very impressed.
Sure thing.
But she'd clip-clop over to Ethel.
It's Ethel.
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 Apple.
At
She's
that,
from Appalachia.
she would do this thing where she would wave eagerly to her, and then would shuffle a little bit closer and wave again.
Yes.
She'd give a wide smile, a little toothy one, as you can see. She had almost like these rabbit-like teeth in the front with like sharp, like, teeth in the back, almost like a several rows of them, akin to a shark. As she'd say, "Hello."
So we're stuck with you.
Yes. Are we friends? Me and you?
Give me 2 seconds, guys. I'm sorry.
What's happening? Okay.
Nope.
It's probably someone knocking on the door.
Who can be knocking on my door?
I can hear her door opening and closing. Oh, not anymore. She muted.
Who could
Um,
it be now?
Okay, no one can respect when I'm having my own fucking time at this goddamn household. Anyway, what the fuck are we doing?
She asked you if you are friends.
Sure.
Oh, come
You're
on.
gonna be my first friend.
Come on, Ethel. Don't be so cold to the girl.
I said sure, didn't I?
She means yes.
And then she'd bounce up and down and say, "You're gonna be my first friend. My first friend. Hi."
Yeah, it's,
Yeah,
it's
just-
okay. She doesn't like me yet.
She'd be twitching uncontrollably.
All right. Everyone, great session. Very proud of all of you. For planning, for putting it into action, for thinking. Saltbrook, I gotta tell you, I am very impressed with that speech.
It went crazy.
Put 2 inspirations on your page.
I'm full on inspiration.
Okay.
Put 2 more.
And you all level up to level 13.
Yo,
Heyo.
let's go.
What?
Very nice.
Huge.
I completely forget how to add another level onto D&D Beyond.
So skibbity.
Oh, okay. I thought I had a moment of fear. Never mind.
Were you like realizing that you were like under leveled or something?
No, I thought I looked on my sheet and it said 20 somewhere, but that was not my level. For a second, I was like, "Am I level 20?"
That would have been bad.
Oh no!
Anyway,
No, I'm
everyone,
scared.
thank you so much for coming. Thank you very much for hanging out and giving it your all this episode. I'm very proud of all of you. And I will see you next weekend.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Biggest nap
Bye-bye!
ever.
All right, next step. I need to create an infiltration plan. Let's go.
I have information for you, Dale.
Yippee.
So I'll be sharing some of that with you.
Okay. I first need to figure out how to add a level to my character sheet again.
So what you gotta do is, on D&D Beyond, you'll see a little hammer and anvil on the top right. Click
okay.
on that,
No,
and then
I
go
know.
back to your class.
I remember now.
Alright,
Thank
cool.
you.
Alright, everybody.
Me on my way to give myself Indomitus transformation as a first yippee.
Yeah, I think we should. I think,
yeah,
Rod Stona is getting too overpowered.
Just a heads up, Malvir. You took Speech of the Ancient Beasts, right? As your first level feat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you're picking a feat, do let me know, because some of them are story feats and are not available under normal circumstances or to certain races. So do let me know if you're trying to pick a feat, and I'll let you know if it's possible or not, okay?
Wait, do I
Yeah.
have another ability score improvement? I thought I already did that.
Alright. I love you all, but if I have to listen to your voices for another second, I'm gonna implode.
That's fair. Alright, good night, everyone.
Bye bye.
Okay.
Bye-bye!
Actually, Rod, I have a question. real
What's up,
quick.
what's up?
Apparently I can take another ability score improvement?
Probably...
I
Bard?
should. Well, no, I added another level to Rogue.
Okay, it could be from Rogue.
Well, it says ability score improvement at 4th level. I was already at 4th level. I'm now at 5th level, so...
Maybe you didn't take the ability score improvement
My
before.
body urges for a nap.
Okay, have a good nap.
Go have a nap.
I mean, I can add another feat, sure.
Or you can just improve your ability score.
Okay,
I don't
yeah,
think
we
you
can just...
took it. That's the thing. I think you forgot to fill that in, and now that you leveled up to 5...
Wait, what feats do I have? Hold on. Wait a minute.
I'll take a look. You have Actor, Alert, and Awakening.
I thought Alert was the feat that I already applied to. But I get another one? Okay.
I mean, unless you want to take an ability improvement.
I mean, do I really need an ability improvement?
Anyone can use an ability improvement.
Let's see. I'll have to ruminate on this. But now I have Uncanny Dodge, so yippee.
Do let me know what your thought of feat is, and I'll let you know if it's possible.
Oh, I love feet, Rod. You know me.
I know you do.
What
Good
the
night.
Nighty night.
What?